Hello, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'll be testing GoPro's HYPERSMOOTH 4.0 and their video stabilization software ReelSteady, and in the process I'll be trying to get rid of some holiday weight. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back, and yes, I did just walk down that hill. Today we're at Aberdeen Beach, and like I said in the intro, I'll be testing HYPERSMOOTH 4.0 and ReelSteady, which is two of GoPro's very good internal stabilization and external stabilization. And if you're thinking I'm sounding good today, well, fantastic, because I am just filming on GoPro's internal microphones, and I've literally just got this and a chest mount. Now you're probably asking what the chest mount is for, and if you paid attention you probably noticed that I said I was going to try to lose some holiday weight, and yes, that is the case. I'll be testing the stabilization on this camera by running. Yes, I've came up with a little circuit that I'll go for, and I'll have the chest mount on me, so I'll try it without stabilization on just so you can see how dramatic it looks. And then I will also be trying out all of the stabilization settings you get for this camera. Also, I've got the settings I have down below, what I'm shooting on just now, just in case you're interested. So I've taken photos of that, so just feel free to pause and have a look at that. Also, I'll be filming every sequence that I do on SuperView apart from the ReelSteady setting, because that requires a different setting for the software to make it work. So for the channel, it's the first time you see me wear a chest mount and exercise. And let me tell you this, there's been plenty of wine and beer consumed over the last couple of weeks, so this will not be easy on myself, so there might be a bit of entertainment value in this too. So yeah, let's get the chest mount on. Okay, so here's the chest mount. I was about to take my hoodie off. So this is, I've worn this once, it is very snug, so here we go. Just get on like this. Yeah, there we go. So it sits right here, so I'll be transferring you from, God, everyone running here is so fit, and then there's me. Okay, so it's not a big circuit, so first of all I'll be running through this tunnel, and then I'll do a little circuit up here. My prediction is that when I run through the tunnel, when I'm on HYPERSMOOTH, you'll have this weird fuzziness to it, and then when you come back out in the brightness, it should look a lot better. And for the ReelSteady setting, you shouldn't see any of that because stabilization is turned off for that. Okay, so I would just like to point out how wrong I was with this prediction. ReelSteady looks awful because it's supposed to be smooth and not jumpy. Jumping around just adds a hell of a lot of motion blur. It looks terrible. It's made for drone footage. I'm not going to show all of the footage from the ReelSteady run, but just giving a quick heads up, it's not good. So that'll be quite interesting to see. Another thing is that I think this camera also performs at its finest when there's direct sunlight. As you can see down there, there is not direct sunlight, although you can see it coming through just, but maybe not enough in my opinion, but we'll soon see. So let's get on the chest mount. Okay, so here's how I look. Here's how the GoPro looks when it's on. It's pretty good, it's fairly comfy. One thing I would say about it is that it doesn't go all the way back, so it is at an angle, but I wouldn't say that's too bad. So let's see how we get on with the first challenge. Okay, so that's that. So to start with, I'll be running on the POV setting, so GPS is turned off for that. There's no stabilization, so you're going to see how raw it is. So here we go. I feel the chest mount bobbing up and down, go through the tunnel. How's it look? It's probably jumping up and down, is it? So here we are out in the open. Again, everything's coming through the internal microphones here, so I'm just going to turn on this bend. Okay, gonna run down these steps. The camera's like bouncing off my chest just now. So we're running on the beach now. This is a bad idea. So that was only 0.28 kilometers, under 2 minutes. That was a POV, that the setting I have in here that I use for the DJI FPV. So you watch that back. So from now on, all the lens settings are going to be on SuperView, and you're going to see how much that crops and see what effect that has. Okay, so this is me on standard now, just going for a run. So I'm going to run through this tunnel. It'll be interesting to see how that looks when it gets dark. Obviously there's light at the end of the tunnel. Again, my GoPro's bobbing left to right, up and down. So I'm going to go up here again, run the bend. Interesting to see how this sounds, considering the GoPro's pointed away at me and it's quite loud with the sea. And there's obviously going to be a bit of a breeze as I'm running into the wind, although it's not that windy. So I'm going to run down these stairs. Run on the sand again. Again, it is light, but it's not like broad daylight, so it is overcast. So that's interesting. Back to this tunnel. So that was standard. Oh. Okay, so I'm in boost mode now. So far I haven't been impressed with how it looks, but I can't express how much the camera is moving left to right. It obviously looked a little bit better with the stabilisation on. So here's me on SuperView boost stabilisation mode. One thing I'm not a fan of this chest mount is that it is at an angle pointing down a bit. So that is quite disappointing, because I would like to see a bit more of the sky, I think. I don't know. That's my opinion. Okay, here we go. No one judging how unfit I am, by the way. Ooh, that was a bad idea. Okay, so I've taken the chest mount away. That almost kind of felt like a chest mount review. It's probably more for POV shots instead of actual, instead of running perhaps, maybe walking, I don't know. So now I'm actually just going to run like this. The sun's out, which is good, so we have a bit more light to play with. I just saw back that boost mode footage. Yeah, as you can see, there was that wavy lines. So I'm just going to go straight into it and just run, see how it looks. Obviously my hand's a bit more stable, so I'm going back to front. So this is the boost mode. Just come through that tunnel just now. You're never going to run like this, by the way, but just for the experiment, just for you to see. Actually starting to get some really nice colours here at the beach, which is nice. Lovely. Starting to get a sweat on. Forgot to mention, for the last 2 runs I did, I forgot to resume my my watch, so that's a bummer. Never mind. I know I did it. You know I did it. Sorry. I feel like I'm carrying an Olympic torch. So we're running down these steps now with my feet. So we're running along the sands here. This probably looks better. Obviously I have a bit more freedom to kind of do that. Like I said, you're never going to run like this. Mind you, I did run a marathon holding a phone in my hand and a bottle of water, so there you go. Okay, running up this bit here. Again, no judgments. Okay, so I'm going to run through this tunnel now. So reminder, I'm in SuperView boost mode. This lady's still trying to get out. Okay, no idea what she's doing. Okay, so that was SuperView beast mode, holding the camera. How does that look? Okay, so that was interesting. This is me now in standard mode. Cars galore here. This is probably the most unattractive you'll ever see me sweating in a Scotland top at the beach. Nothing like Baywatcher. So here's what I see coming out of the tunnel. It's actually quite nice if it's not running. I said it looked nice, so I thought I'd show you what it actually looked like. It's really bonny. So yeah, standard mode, me running. I actually can't believe I'm actually doing this. If you're still watching, well done. I feel like now you just want to watch me suffer. Here we go again, running down the stairs. Okay, on the sand. Okay. Please skip this. This is painful for me and you, I know it. That dodgy looks I'm getting just now. Screw it. Got a graph to make it work, right? Oh. Okay. Here we go. I don't look at my fuzzy. Okay. So here we are. Did that look a lot more wider? I don't know yet. I'll have a look now, running in POV mode at 100 shutter speed. It's probably looking a lot brighter because I've set the shutter speed instead of having it in auto, just so you can see the motion blur, but I don't have an ND filter on me, so I can't use that. But instead of pointing at me, I'm going to point it forward and try to stabilise it as much as I can with my hands. So yeah, let's go. See if we can actually appreciate the view through ReelSteady. Shipping it quite a bit, but I'm concentrating and trying to keep it as level as I can. So the point in shooting it in the aperture 4:3 is so it can crop it to 16:9. So you're actually getting a wider field of view through this. Obviously it's set to wide, but you get the full advantage of the sensor. So yeah, everything's probably looking quite bright just now, and I am tilting it quite a bit, but I just want to see how it looks. I'm sure you do too. Be surprised if you do, to be honest. At least you're not going to see my fat sweaty face. Oh me. Right, let's wrap up. I'm sure you've all got a laugh out of that. Watch me suffer. I would just like to remind you that there has been a lot of roasts, beer and wine consumed in the last fortnight, as Christmas and New Year has passed. At the date of this video being uploaded, so more is actually going to be consumed, but I would just like to note that I'm filming right now in the exact same settings I did at the top of the hill, except I've turned my EV comp down to -1.5, so I might look a bit dark, but you can maybe see the sun a bit better. Yeah, so it'll be interesting watching that back. I feel the chest mount was a bit disappointing actually going for a run. I feel like it has its different uses, like I've used it for in the past that you haven't actually seen, but probably like for an actual more POV sort of look. But yeah, it was just swinging everywhere. It might look better in a walk or something, I'm not sure, but running it just, maybe I had to tighten up a little bit, but it was just swinging everywhere. I mean, it's quite a heavy camera for an action camera, so yeah, I feel like I'm going to be surprisingly impressed with boost mode, although it does crop quite a lot. When there's a lot of light like just now, I think it works at its finest, which is like really good. As for now, I've just got it standard, which is good itself, because if it wasn't on you would noticeably see it shaking everywhere, the camera, even though I'm holding it as steady as I can. So yeah, I think it's a very impressive camera for the internal stabilisation. I've seen videos how it works. I can't exactly explain it, but it is incredible how it does work. And the ReelSteady software, that'll be interesting to see back, because many of my videos that I've used with the DJI FPV, I've used it and it almost looks like CGI. It doesn't even look real, but it is. So obviously I filmed it. You just got to use a different setting. Wonder if you can hear those two seagulls behind me and how loud you can actually hear them, because I'm using the internal mics in here. But anyway, enough of me rambling on. I hope you enjoyed watching me suffer. It wasn't even that long a run, embarrassingly, so I can't even give you that. But thanks again for watching. I'm going to have another video coming out of an actual review of this camera, of how much I enjoy it, my pros and cons of it, and this will certainly feature in it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon, and hopefully I will see you soon after that. Thanks, bye.